love that music. That is just the best welcome song. Soothing, come in, sit down. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm looking out at all you lovely faces on this, what started as a wonderful, gentle rain this morning. Wasn't that great to wake up to such a beautiful rain? No lightning, thunder, hail, just good, gentle rain. It was beautiful. Well, my name is Mitch Magstad, and I'm going to be your facilitator today. And we really, truly welcome each and every one of you who have made the effort to be here present with us in service, but also to our Zoom family who are out there. We welcome you as well, of course. Lovely to see everybody. Well, I don't know how your week has been, but mine's had a few ups and downs. But as I look back on it, some of the highlights that stood out were the welcoming home of the spaceship, with that beautiful footage of the red and white parachutes and the blue water, and knowing that they were safely back with us on Earth. So the ladies and gentlemen from Orion, that was really a special moment for me this week. And coupled with that very same day, my husband and I had gone to see Project Hail Mary, which as a movie is also for me, it was a wonderful movie, very heartwarming, very family friendly, good message, good acting, beautiful visual effects, the whole thing. But it struck me about the importance of the sun, because the whole purpose behind the movie was that these little microbiome things were eating away the sun, and it was going to destroy the planet. And so he had to go on this trip to figure out what was going on. I mean, it's a wonderful science fiction story. But the importance of the sun, my goodness, it truly is essential for our planet's survival. And so today, I didn't wake up to the sun, but I knew it was still there. Sometimes, even when the clouds get in the way and we can't see it, we know it's still there. It's still with us, thank goodness. And that made me reflect to the miracle that came into my life when I was introduced to Mary Oliver, the poet. And the very first Mary Oliver poem I ever heard was Why I Wake Up in the Morning. And it has to do with the sun. And I wanted to share that with you today. Why I Wake Up Early by Mary Oliver. Hello, sun in my face. Hello, you who make the morning and spread it over the fields and into the faces of the tulips and the nodding morning glories, and into the windows of even the miserable and crotchety. Best preacher that ever was, dear star, that just happens to be where you are in the universe to keep us from darkness, to ease us with warm touching, to hold us in the great hands of light. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Watch now how I start the day in happiness and kindness. Can you see why I fell in love with this woman? So beautiful. Well, we're going to do now our song that starts us off for the day, and that one is going to be I Get By with a little help from my friends as soon as we say our vision statement together. So our vision statement, see how we help our friends? I get by with a little help from my friends. Here we go. So if you would join with me, please. Our Sunday gathering is designed to provide a weekly encouragement to individually manifest our highest good and purpose in our lives. Inner direction is the key. We reinforce positive directions for our lives and the infinite potential within us. We seek connections to create an open atmosphere of acceptance of all backgrounds, races, and lifestyles. We come together in a spirit of inclusiveness, embracing all spiritual paths, honoring God in an atmosphere of unconditional love. And now, with a little help from our friends, which is number 55 in your songbooks, and if you feel like standing up, that would be great. And if not, you sure don't have to. And then we'll do our meet and greet.
What would you think if I sang out of tune? Stand up and walk out on me. Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. I'll try not to sing out of key. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. I try with a little help from my friends. What do I do when my love is away? Does it worry to be alone? How do I feel by the end of the day? Are you sad because you're on your own? No, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. I try with a little help from my friends. Do you need anybody? I need somebody to love. Could it be anybody? I want somebody to love. Would you believe in a love at first sight? Yes, I'm certain that it happens all the time. What do you see when you turn out the light? I can't tell you, but I know it's fine. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. Oh, I try with a little help from my friends. Do you need anybody? I just need someone to love. Could it be anybody? I want somebody to love. Oh, I get by with a little help
everyone please find your seats? Settle back in. You know, I never have enough time at meet and greet. I only got to this side of the room, so I'm sending big hugs to everyone on that side of the room that I didn't get around to. But what a lovely thing to have so many people that you feel this deep connection to that we can hardly stop talking. But it is that time in our service where we need to kind of settle down. I see people fanning yourselves. You're all too hot. We need some fans going. I think Mike's going to try to figure that out. You know, and some days we come in here and it's freezing cold, so you just never know what the temperature's going to be like. But our band has prepared a special song for us today, and we are all going to want to just settle quietly in our seats and enjoy the music that they bring. You know, you are high, guys, on my blessing list. You know, when I'm counting my blessings, I think of your faithfulness and showing up every week and just the joy you bring to us all. So today we honor whatever gift you're bringing in your music.
Happens late at night when the moon smiles down at me, bathes me in its light. I fell asleep beneath you in the tall blades of grass. The world was new. I never had to ask. It's a brand new day. The sun is shining. It's a brand new day. For the first time in such a long, long time, I know be okay. Most kind stories save the best part for last, and most stories have a hero to find. Make your past your past. You make your past your past. It's a brand new day. The sun is shining. It's a brand new day. For the first time in such a long, long time, I
going to take a moment now to introduce our speaker to you, because later on she is going to combine our meditation at the end of her talk rather than in the beginning. So we're going to go ahead and sing our chant, and then when we're finished with the chant, she will come up and just start her talk. And so I don't want there to be a kind of a disruption in all of that, so I want to go ahead and introduce her to you now. I hope is it Walthou? We welcome today Lauren Walthou, born in Norman, OU undergrad, author of many genres, and now retired from raising Corsican sheep in hill country. We found that to be such a fascinating tidbit about you that I think we used it in every single piece of information we sent out to people. Raising Corsican sheep, wow. We are honored to hear her read aloud for the first time. Her story, The Miracle, as also part of her previous book, and she's going to be sharing her journey as a poetic writer. So we're very fortunate to have Lauren today. But before we hear from Lauren, we will just take a moment to settle in our seats. We will dim the lights, and we will sing together Hariom. If you need the songbook, it's 58.
When I call on the light
I think I could listen to that all day long. That's awesome. Well, good morning.
Good morning.
And I think that song sets the tone very well. Does it need to be a little higher? Okay. I think that song sets the tone very, very well. I'm going to be speaking about the miracle and the journey of a poet. And first I want to say that your presence is a gift to me this morning, and that I hope that my presence and my presentation will be a meaningful gift to you. So first I'm going to read from my book, Patterns of Saturn, a Mid-Cycle Memoir. This is a book about forgiveness. It doesn't appear to be, at first, when you read it, it appears to be very painful, but the first cycle is there's a lot of trauma, and then the second cycle is healing that trauma, and then it's a progression from difficulty into joy and freedom of expression. This is because in order for me to fully forgive certain people and situations, I've found it necessary to uncover and clean out old festered wounds. I had to remove scabs and pus to sterilize and air my wounds in order for them to completely heal and disappear. This process allowed forgiveness to take root in me rather than just being a surface prayer. I am learning to forgive more deeply, which has become much easier over time. Second, I will read the miracle and lead a guided meditation. The miracle was a gift to me. I don't know if it was from an angel because I couldn't see who was giving it to me. I was just hearing this voice in my head, and I was taking dictation. And every time my ego tried to control the story, the flow stopped. So it came in 3 installations. The last installation was when I was driving on Mopac in 5 o'clock traffic in Austin, and I had to pull over to the side of the road and grab a brown paper sack and say, slow down, slow down, slow down, so I can get this correctly. So if you buy my book today, I will include a copy of The Miracle. We all have or have had wounds. We are all subjected to trauma that creates patterns. I am defining patterns as actions, ideas, or regularities that repeat subconsciously to create life themes that either contribute to or solve problems. These patterns can be dissolved through introspection and conscious effort. I've divided my book into cycles rather than chapters because I'm going with the revolution of Saturn around the sun. I'll read a bit from the introduction to the first cycle. I don't know what pills my mother took, but I was hungover for 3 days, not waking to eat or cry. On the 3rd day, Dr. Nielsen held ice to the bottom of my feet, my newborn feet, so I would wake up enough to eat. Dr. Nielsen was not at Norman Municipal Hospital when my parents arrived before dawn on the morning of April 25th, 1952. The story I heard every birthday was nurses tightly held my mother's legs together until Dr. Nielsen arrived to deliver me. After she arrived and the nurses spread my mother's legs, I burst out with an immense force, thus requiring my poor mother to have 40 stitches. This message of resentment, guilt, and shame was ground into me. My birth experience was being trapped and squeezed by intense pressure, physical torture of twisted ribs, strained neck, bruised head, and struggle with suffocation, panic, confusion, and fear. My entry was a painful and traumatic exit from a hostile, toxic environment into a cold, foreign reality. This birth experience established a specific pattern in my life. I call it the pattern of Saturn. Saturn has been called the angel of death, the devil, and Father Time. It represents restriction, burden, karma, and tests and delay. It signifies persistence, discipline, success through hard work and wisdom. It symbolizes the structures of our lives. I describe some of this in a poem entitled Original Sin. I'm just going to read a little bit of this poem. Rhythmic redundancy from shade tree, cicada screams its mantra, stirs ancient reptile brain in me. Search as long as I can, the secret evades, sadly, some past life payment due for what I have done wrong, so poorly, so badly. Lurking below the surface, a quake, alligator eyes glide through swamp, rip out my stomach as I awake. No toll eases the distance, wholeness withheld. Not a lot of fun. My pattern of Saturn was reinforced repeatedly through childhood illness. I have walked close to death many times as a child. From age 2 to about 10 or 12, Dr. Buffington made many house calls at 2 a.m. to give me a shot of adrenaline. I experienced severe asthma, with midnight attacks causing me to struggle to breathe, my lips turning blue, and too weak to sit up in bed. Adrenaline is a very powerful hormone that triggers the body's fight or flight response. It increases the heart rate, raises the blood pressure, and energy supply. Its side effects can be anxiety and insomnia, headaches, and high blood pressure. All of this reinforced that pattern of pressure, struggle, fear, explosive reliefs, and relief. As I grew older, the pattern took other forms. The first time I really consciously noticed it and knew I had to do something about it was when the Earth Natural Food Store contracted with St. John's Episcopal Church to hold a vegetarian dinner in the spring of 1976. This was actually March 20th, 1976. So invitations were sent out. Money was being collected. Musicians were ready, and our chef flew in from Esalen. A week before the event, rain clouds were looming. We received a phone call from the priest saying that he wanted us to hold our dinner out on the lawn rather than inside in the parish hall. Not good news. I grew up and was confirmed in this church, so I offered to go speak to the priest. Before meeting with him, I prayed to my angels to guide me, to put the right words in my mouth, to convince this priest to allow us to hold our dinner as agreed upon in the parish hall. The father and a group of church employees met me in the hallway. I was not invited to his office. He informed me that the insurance company for the church would not allow us to hold the dinner inside. The statement, well, let me read from my poem entitled Refrain. This church is for the people who support it. Why should we let you people use our facilities? My father's name garnishing a pedestal in that chapel, holding a worn, large, red Bible next to the organ that I visited on Saturday afternoons, wondering what sort of man he must have been. Angels, move my tongue. Divas, fire my eyes. Eternal white, with God's own light. Do you call yourself a man of God? Echo, echo. Huddled underlings chirp, but are not able to defend their master. They offer open mouths. Silence. Silence. Mischievous angels, how you have forced me in your wisdom. Can temper perish when hair grows redder every day? Face ashen as the floor, while golden atoms zing off the walls. Faltering, he lets the janitress decide. This poem goes on to describe the beautiful, rainy evening of our equinox celebration in the parish hall. So Patterns of Saturn continues through 3 cycles of Saturn and describes how I've found peace in my life and forgiveness for my early family situation that included alcoholism, verbal, emotional, and physical abuse, shame, and much more. After college, I left Norman. I moved to Austin, where I continued to write and work. The Miracle is a poetic piece I received in 3 installments, like I said, one while driving on Mopac. I will read the Miracle, and then we'll go straight into a guided meditation. So if you feel comfortable closing your eyes and listening, or just get comfortable, we'll start the Miracle. Day by day, the lines kept getting longer since the miracles began. People carried cots or bedrolls so not to lose their places. While waiting, many people shared parts of their stories. Those near the previously abandoned temple doors could see the freed ones leaving, the faces of the freed shining, their eyes tearful, mouths smiling. They hurried home as if they had been away for 10 or 20 years. They felt younger, ready to begin life anew. Those waiting to enter the doors grew more excited with anticipation of their freedom. Although many of these people appeared outwardly cruel, downtrodden, abused, arrogant, or withdrawn, they were all basically good people. Their only sin was living according to what they had learned and collecting what they had been told was valuable instead of listening to their own hearts. But now they were ready to change. They brought all their miseries for sacrifice. Each person in line dragged a large sack of rocks toward the building. Sometimes an entire family joined to push one boulder. In other cases, a lone man or woman strained to shift heavy sand or gravel up the steps to the church doors. Each sack contained rocks which at one time or another had been prized, but which over the years had become only a burden to be borne in silence. The outcome was the same for all. As each pushed his or her bag over the smooth wooden floors to the altar, each met the eyes of a seated old soul. No one knew her name. She would listen to each one's story, to every mistaken judgment against themselves or others. After confessing all negative emotional reactions to his or her life, the old woman prayed with each person to have the burdens removed. Each time, the rocks disappeared in a glow of white light. Through tears of joy, the people would praise God, hug the old woman and each other, and leave the temple healed. They continued year after year as the news spread. People were finding freedom. They were reunited in love. Sometimes the miracles did not seem to last, as the people were so accustomed to being unhappy. As soon as they arrived home, many fell back into the old habits of greed, pride or lust. So they would come again to the woman, dragging new sacks of the same type of rocks. Each time they were relieved. One day, a young woman who had been through the line several times walked up to the end of it. After several hours, people in front of her began to whisper and finally asked her why she had come since she had no rocks. With moist eyes, she shook her head and could not answer. People joined the line behind her, carrying all sizes of sacks. They eyed her and wondered why she was with them. Finally, after 12 days, she walked up to the seated woman and knelt in prayer. "Father, Mother God," she said, "thank you for the healing you have given me. Thank you for removing my defects day after day. I owe you everything. You are my breath. You are my life. Lord, take this life as you have taken all the burdens from me and my people." Those close to the line gasped and passed her words to the people outside. The old woman's eyes twinkled as she smiled. She put her hands on the young woman's head. "At last, you have come, my love. God is well pleased." Tears streamed down her face. Everyone was silent as a great white light flowed out of and around both women. The people saw, but they were not sure what they saw. After a time, the old woman slowly stood and spoke into the young woman's ears. Then she kissed the young woman's palms. The two stared into each other's eyes until it appeared to the observers that neither was young nor old, but both were the same. The old woman took her leave. The young woman sat down and smiled at the next person in line. Now we will go into meditation. Just sit comfortably, close your eyes. Know that you are in a safe place. This room is filled with golden white light. Take a few deep breaths, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Relax. Imagine that you are standing in the environment of the miracle. You can see the long line of people. You can imagine standing with them, hearing them talk, moving forward in line as they move. Imagine what your sack of rocks might look like. What color is your sack? Does it hold small rocks or large rocks? How heavy is it? You are now next in line. You are inside the temple. You can see the old woman beckoning you forward. Feel the sack gliding over the floor in front of the altar. You are standing before this woman. Hear her prayer, asking that you are freed from all burdens. Feel a divine flow of love washing over and through you. It feels like a waterfall. It is filling your body and flushing out all negative thoughts and feelings. You know you can let go. As a golden white light now saturates the entire temple, notice that your bag of rocks is disappearing in a flash of bright white light. It is done. You are free. Now imagine that you are the one to take the old woman's place. Look into her twinkling eyes. They are so full of love, forgiveness, and peace. Watch her smile as she steps close to you. Hear her whisper in your ear. What is she saying? Feel her kiss your palms. As she holds your hand, follow her to the chair where she sat. Sit in that chair and watch her leave the temple. You know you can do this. You are now centered in your own being, your own knowing. Take a deep breath. Imagine that you are looking at a line of people awaiting your attention. You can do this, one moment at a time, one breath at a time, one step at a time. You are the change that can happen. When you're ready, take another deep breath and move your toes and your fingers and return when you're ready to this beautiful room. And thank you for taking this journey with me.
Thank you so much, Lauren. That was really beautiful. And I just could visualize it also perfectly because of your gift with words. So thank you very much for sharing that. And for those of you who want to carry that home with you, as she mentioned, her books are available out in the entryway before you leave. So many people to thank today. We truly are not a one-dog pony show. It takes a village, as they say. And so I want to thank you all for being here, but the most important thing that you need to carry with you at this particular moment is that you are a part of Morning Star in some way or another. Each and every one of you who are here, you have a part in this. And so we'd like to offer you a chance to give back to the community by either extending your financial gifts or by allowing your presence to come early to help with setup or to do a meditation or to come up with a great speaker idea. There are just so many ways that you can be a part of serving at Morning Star. And so right now, if you would join with me in our offering prayer, which will be up on the screen or on your songbook. We will say that together, and then we will have an opportunity for you to give of your financial gifts. Recognizing God as the source of my supply, I joyously give of God's abundance, which is blessed and multiplied through me, and so it is. And now we're going to have some attitudes and latitudes and fun time.
2, 3, 4. I took off for a weekend last month just to try and recall the whole year. All of the faces and all of the places, wondering where they all disappeared. I didn't ponder the question too long. I was hungry and went out for a bite. ran into a chum with a bottle of rum, and we wound up drinking all night. It's those changes in attitudes, nothing remains quite the same. With all of our running and all of our cunning, if we couldn't laugh, we would all go insane. Reading departure signs in some big airport reminds me of the places I've been. The visions of good times have brought so much pleasure, makes me want to go back again. If it suddenly ended tomorrow, I could somehow adjust to the fall. Good times and riches and some of the bitches I've seen more than I can recall. It's those changes in attitudes, nothing remains quite the same. Through all of the islands and all of the highlands, if we couldn't laugh, we would all go insane. Think about Paris when I'm high on red wine. I wish I could jump on a plane. And so many nights I just dream of the ocean. God, I wish I was sailing again. Oh, yesterday's over my shoulder, so I can't look backward too long. There's just too much to see waiting in front of me, and I know that I just can't go wrong. It's those changes in attitudes, nothing remains quite the same. With all of our running and all of our cunning, if we couldn't laugh, we would all go insane. If we couldn't laugh, we would all go insane. If we were all crazy, we would go insane.
Oh my gosh, if that doesn't put a smile on your face, I don't know what would. And I kind of love that we're like bookends. You know, I started you off with sunshine and welcome, and now we went to paradise with Jimmy Buffett. And, you know, I mean, don't you just love this place? I just love this place. Well, again, you know, we do have so many people that, you know, our fantastic band, you know, Frank and Jeffrey and Daryl and Ken, we're just so grateful. Remy, thank you. Tech guy. Remy, are you counting the days yet? How many days of school you got left? Oh, it's flying. It's flying. You're going to be here before you know it. I was, you know, our finance people, Mary, Karen, thanks for helping with the baskets. And Karen was also set up today, along with Celia was set up today. Sarah and James, I think you came in and did. James, thank you for your height, James. We welcome those long arms and long legs. Thank you so much. Let's see. And June, is June probably still out, but did she do kids today? No. Oh, okay. Well, happy birthday, June. You deserved a day off, and we're so grateful for all she does with the kiddos. That's really a great gift she brings. So thank you for all of that. I do have a few announcements. I wanted to also thank our book people. I was going to do that in the announcement, but Janice was here faithfully, but you guys, you know who else is back in the house today? Catherine, we have missed you so much, and it's just wonderful that on this book day, you know, which has been your passion project for Morningstar, you know, that you could be with us today. So if you need a good book, stop by the book table. Either side today, a good new book or a good free book. You know, you got lots of choices out there for great reading materials. We do have a board meeting today at 1 o'clock by Zoom. Anyone is welcome to attend. You're always free to listen to that. I also wanted to mention we did have a lovely service for Janice Blakely yesterday. We got to have it in this space. I know a lot of you didn't have the opportunity to know Janice. She was with Morning Star early on, I think, and then, just fascinating creature. I tell you what, I learn more about people, unfortunately, at their memorial service than I do in life. And that is kind of a sad thing. I mean, we need to really, maybe I need to work a little harder at knowing people before that moment in time. But Janice just was such a great part of us. Melissa, did you have something?
Yeah, and while we're on the subject, before I forget, there's a beautiful vase out there filled with gorgeous flowers. Please take one of them or all of the flowers out. I need to return the vase to my friend who brought it yesterday.
From the service?
Yeah.
And if you didn't see the Dolly Parton cut out, that is also in honor of Janice. She loved Dolly Parton. She had, I don't know, a gazillion Dolly Parton t-shirts, and and Mike did a great job as facilitator for that. So anyway, I wanted to mention that. Also, I know Helen is in the house, so if you need a name tag, Helen, you give her your name and she will make you an official Morning Star name tag. And are there any other announcements? Did I miss anything? If I did, I'm sorry. I'll ask forgiveness in advance. Okay, and next week, our speaker is going to be Emily Beavers. And she is a former middle school math teacher who has also always had a passion for creativity, art, and dance. Her spiritual journey has taken her through many experiences, the most recent being entering motherhood with 2 young children at home. She is a ministerial student at All Faith Seminary International, pursuing a deeper understanding of the universe and her place in it. At Morning Star, Emily will talk honestly about her own challenges with staying present and share the spiritual inspiration and strategies she draws from to help improve her connection to all the moments in this precious human life. And I believe it's a Zoom speaker. Is she Zoom? Yes, she will be a Zoom speaker next week. So now, if you would please join me with our prayer for protection, and then we will make a big circle. Do we have an announcement from the back? Would you like to come forward and make your announcement? Okay. We would not want to miss out on this, I'm sure. You want the microphone?
So, I have something to say. So, one of my cousins and my uncle, they are in a hotel, and they used to live with me because on Friday they started to go to the hotel. So, later, I'm gonna be with her.
Did you go to the hotel too?
No, I get to go somewhere with her.
Well, thank you very much. From our younger members, we love that. All right, everyone, if you would please, on the back of your songbook, say with me, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well, and so it is.